Well, hello everyone. So it has been forever since I've done a Friday 5, and finally I can do one because I have time and I can do the subject. Now, of course, it was very, very hard to pick because I was thinking, do I do one single album or different artists? So I decided to go with different artists. And this week's topic is songs from third albums. So here we go. Okay, so the reason I'm putting this one last, even though I love the lyrics, is because on this last album she was kind of hard to understand. And I am talking about Lykke Li. On her last album she did, which was her third one, called I Never Learn. The song that I'm going with is her single, or one of her singles, which was Gunshot. I love the flow, I love the lyrics. The music video was kind of odd. But like I said, something about her speech, she did this kind of like slurring thing. Which, I love the flow and the melody and everything, but she just slurred so much in that one. It was so hard to understand, you literally had to look up the lyrics. Although this song was a little bit better. You can understand her a lot more. And there's a reason it was a single. It was just a fantastic, the symbolism, the lyrics, just fantastic. It basically is a darker breakup song. But the opening line, was that the opening line? It's part of the opening line, which is, I am longing for your poison, like a cancer for its prey, which is pretty dark. But this is Lykke Li we're talking about. So, for number 4, I'm going to go with Immortal from Marina and the Diamonds. Now, this is an artist that I've gotten into in the last 2 or 3 years. I've listened to her stuff before, but it's when her third album, Fruit, came out is when I really, really got into her music. I want to say that Marina is one of the intelligent pop artists. And Immortal is such a beautiful, sad, but thought-provoking song. And it basically centers around a person who just wants to be remembered. She's kind of in this thought that perhaps the only thing that we leave behind is the influences and the memories that we give people. That is the way that perhaps we are immortalized. At least that is the thought or the ideas that I get from the song. Like, if she could buy forever, she'd buy it twice, as she says in the song. But perhaps it is only what we leave behind that makes us, live forever. And the video is fantastic. It's like just her in front of this big screen with these like home videos, and it seems very personal, and I just think it's really cool. This one was really hard to pick a song from because if you've been watching my channel, I did a Friday 5, which was one of the I can't even think of the word. It's where we pick our own one. So, and I chose to do a wild card. That's basically what we call it. I chose to do my 5 favorite albums, and this one was on it, and I've loved this one since I heard it, and it is Boys for Pele by Tori Amos. Now, there's so many songs I could have went with on this one, because this whole CD is just so artistic. But I really have to give it to the opening song. Now, there's like two-ish kind of songs, or they kind of go together or something on the first track, but I'm going to go with the latter half, which is Horses. It's a song that just like draws you in, and to me it makes me think of art and whimsy, and it's just a song that seems kind of dark. It seems to kind of talk about maybe growing up and the loss of childhood, you know, realizing things, maybe trying to hold on to things. But I'm kind of disappointed there wasn't a video for this, because I think they could have done something great and, like I said, very artistic. And it just kind of brings you into this other world. You have to listen to it. It's slow, it's soft, but it's beautiful. The next I'm going to go with is Quiet Times by my absolute favorite artist of all time, which is Dido. This is from the album Safe Trip Home, which sadly was not really advertised very much because it was written around or after the time of her father's death, which you can definitely see that had a big impact on her songwriting. While I'm very attached to No Angel because it was one of my first favorite CDs, especially ones that weren't like generic bubblegum pop music, I would say that Safe Trip Home had some of her best writing ever, and it's underrated even among her fans. It's soft, even kind of for her, and it is kind of a downer album, but like I said, it's based around loss and everything. But I would have to probably pick Quiet Times. This was a single, and I know he was on some kind of TV show, but the song seems like it can go for different things. You definitely can hear maybe somebody missing somebody that they lost, wanting things to be different. But as she has said, I think in an interview or somewhere, that the song is basically about being around somebody who is depressed and that hollow feeling of being with them but not really being with them. And it's a song that her voice is very lovely in it, and it's relaxing, it's very contemporary, but you definitely can hear that pain in there. So my number one pick is an album by Florence and the Machine, which is How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful. I picked Ceremonials for my favorite albums for that other video I was talking about, but How Big definitely has some fantastic songs. And for this one, I think I'd have to pick What Kind of Man, which is the second song. It may be because I love the poetic, dramatic opening and how it kind of goes into this like heavier sort of rock song, which I wasn't too crazy at first because I really loved the beginning, but the song is just really powerful. I love the video that goes with this. She did like the Odyssey kind of thing where she took certain videos, and I think it's supposed to like go into the story. Word of warning, there is nudity in the video if you're like offended by that or whatever, but if you're not, go and watch it, because the song, it's, how do you explain it? I'm very bad at explaining things. It's a relationship song, basically, really. You know, and the problems and the trials of this and that, and, you know, obviously her singing to whatever guy, but it's just, in the video, and I think it really explains the song. Her character, whatever, kind of goes on that perhaps people are creating the storms within themselves, so it's kind of about that. Watch it. It's fantastic. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.